Okay, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my people. Mwasuze mutia. I hope you're doing well. Wetulia umasa waliwengiri accident. That's why we have this jam. But I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. It's the Random Car Talk Thursday. Yesterday we bought a wish, and I'm going to tell you that story. And tomorrow, I want us to explore the fact that most of us have already lived half of our lives. And what does that imply to us? You know, most of us have lived half of our lives. I am 34. Most Ugandans don't live past 70. Most Ugandans don't live past 70. I am 34. That means chances are high that I've lived half of my life. You know what that means? I have about 35 years to go. If you're still taking borders, chances are high you won't live to see 50. So I want us to talk about that tomorrow. tomorrow. That's what we are going to be talking about. The implication of the life expectancy of us as Ugandans and just generally in the world. When in Uganda, most people die in their 40s, by the way. And regardless of what kills them, most people die in their 40s. Abamba border accidents. Someone has knocked someone here somewhere. In the Moro Kabajita Audi, Bekurubde no Wachigege. I think the Audi person is in wrong. Echisoka, Emoroka Javga is a left-hand drive. Katiweri aweganyo kutambula. Audi jolaba. Aweri eganyo kutambula. Agoma sanyarazi. And by the way, driving a left-hand drive car is a challenge in Uganda. Katarese jam. Nenga nchimanyi nze oyo Audi arese. Of course never taxi bavuga, but this time I cannot tell you I'm blaming the taxi guy. I'm sure the Audi guy wa abadeta na babulungi jalaga. Nze nalimvuze ke moroka ya left hand. Here in Uganda navuga ko Benz ya left hand. It wasn't a pretty experience. And then there is a time I went to visit some of to drive. And you people think when you have got a permit navuga Canada. Eyo nali Ontario. Nali Victoria. So I drove. The people that were hosting me had a Waraji thing. Bali bakora Waraji, Waini, and all that factory. So we were headed out to their factory, and the lady let me drive. It wasn't very pretty. I'm used to driving on the right, and those guys drive on the left. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well. Muyombia Mark, Bana Imwe Barikera, Jones E from Galasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Ingna Joshua plus 256, J Kench Manyo Mukamori, Wabuyi Nelson, Tusime Eddie, Bruno Insingoma, Dr. Kasule Matia Sebugwao, Medi King Daniels, Seguya Ibrahim, Kasubile Mudubuluji, King Daniels, Olistede Nyonyo, Morad K Momo VIP, George Bob, Natua Bailon, Billy Crone, Omni Wandiambi, Michael UG Chambade Harrington, Baramo Moriebuzi, Alcam Timo, and to Muhimbisa Ivan Jr. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. I know it will get better. You know it could be worse. But it's not worse. It could be yunga gwaba davuga udi isawe yunga weta gogule tama ngemoroka weri techa atambula tomanyi bichibye yononyi probably inabu sensa wese kati ujigano okutambula okisegera. It could be yunga go wa taxi ngo yaba sabaze isawe no gabasabaze bafulumye moroka yo bagenze kati trip route yo kumachange efudde. It could be you, but it's not you. It could be you kumachaka nongo tuse kumulimu nga bagobye, but it's not you te bagobye. It could be you ngokende kumachanga amaguru tegakola. I'm sure there is someone or a number of people in the world nga azukse kumachanga amaguru getegakola chi nga tagawulira agamba I can't feel my legs, but it's not you. So you know what, whatever you're going through, it's at least you can afford to be on this broadcast. For granted, but they should not take it for granted. The fact that you can actually afford to either have a connection of Wi-Fi at work or at home, or you can afford to buy data to be part of this broadcast, don't take that for granted. I told you of an OG of mine, Yadwara, and I think in Adwa so by the time they took her to the hospital, she was in a coma. For about 2 days. The doctors pronounced her dead. Baba Muvuga Katanda, they are taking her to the mortuary. She woke up. But when she woke up, yayita kyawulira. Up to now tawulira. They have tried everything from hearing aids and those things have not worked. They have told her she needs to do surgery. That surgery will help her like hear again. And you know what's amazing? The lady is always smiling. Abeera smiling buli kiseera. Simulabangako ng'anyiize. We were to get together with her and she was smiling the entire time. But she cannot hear what you're saying. She was dancing. She cannot hear what you're saying. She cannot even hear the music. She was the happiest to get together. Fabawulira tetwali as happy as she was. Abala abatwali tetuli as happy as she was. Abatagenda ngako mukoma were not as happy as she was. So whatever you're going through, it's not the worst. Yeah, there are people that are going through worse. Now Ochimanyi. Paul Zema, good morning. Katumba Hamidu, good morning. Kola Sebulime, good morning. Saif Kagaba. Abuduru oba Abudala, good morning. Kasubire muri stadium naje muri. Yesterday twaguze wish. Yesterday is one of the shortest inspections I've done. One of the shortest. Because there are some short, very short inspections I've done. This was short but a bit uncomfortable. Why? Otherwise, customer inspection botagenda ajagamba tomwagaliza. But there are brokers that I know. There are places that I go to. Nemanya kakati ono broker. Taina waka. Nenga tulino genda because, well, the customer has to be happy. And yeah, of course. So yesterday we were looking for a wish of 18 million shillings. Yeah, we were looking for a wish of 18 maximum. And so the person that hired me for inspection had already seen a number of options. And by morning, he had actually 4 options. But by morning, 2 of them baba debe wambi. One who was actually a relative, mbuyagenze mucharo. The other one, we were headed there nagamba atekati ngenze gaza kunona bana kusomero. Now the third one, which is one we saw, was for a broker. And this broker, it was funny. The person that bought the car himself, yangambye Arthur ono musajja mweraliikiridde, yangambye moroka, it was a wish UBG, which is unbelievable to say UBG at 18. But anyway, agamba broker angamba atunda moroka eno 18 nena mugambe nyinako 13 nakirizaawo nga buli kye mugamba keza bukiriza. I'm suspicious. Ne mugamba it's okay, but let's go look at the car. I knew there was no future there naye nga tulina okugendayo tulabe. And yesterday we had 2 mechanics. My mechanic when nakoze the inspection, then even the buyer himself brought a mechanic, which was a very good thing. You know, it's nice if you agree with 2 mechanics on a course of action. So of course we had some negotiation. The gentleman wanted to bring the wife along, and I told him my policy is nze nkutwala gwe n'omuntu omulala. If you want to add a third person, omusasulira ekizike. Nagamba ne athe ekizike sikiina ne mukakati awo omukyala muleke wakaatuula n'alaba ebifaananyi. Ne mugamba nange mama Abba ne asigala waka alaba mmotoka ngizze n'ambubuza kati eno mmotoka ki. So anyway, we went ne tugenda broker twamusanze yonna bweru eyo n'atutambuza n'atutwala paka mu kapaaka kali ake akomulubigi akabeeramu emmoroka ndoze zigenda e Busega. So we get in there and emmoroka nga yakigwo. It was a UBG still naye ng'evuga taxi, which was something that we predicted from the beginning. Olwagenda kutwala kuwisha ekola taxi eyo teri future okitegeera. But you know, it's a very short story but interesting one. Then we had a conversation, and I just want then he asked me, Arthur, omulimu guno gwokola gwa inspection guno ogulabye mbuzi buki? And I was honest. There are 2 categories of people that I told him that disturb. I'm not going to say them here. I'll tell these categories of people to the people that do inspection with me. 2 categories of people that disturb a lot. They disturb a lot because they have a lot of trust issues. Now, when you have a lot of trust issues, sometimes you end up making a mistake. There is a person, I don't know if I shared the story. There is a person who bought a car at a higher price than it should actually be, simply because when he brought the car to me, he was with the brokers, so he never talked to me, he never let me talk to the brokers, he just wanted me to check and say it's goodbye. Later on I realized that he bought the car 7 million more than what he was supposed to. But that's because he has mistrust, which take it, right? And sometimes when you need to trust some people sometimes. Nangi bankubako but you need to trust some people sometimes. So we ended up, after we told Moroka, then this gentleman got a call from someone he knows. Someone that he knows from the Rotary. He knew the car. So you know you're in conversation with someone. No mugamba, you know what? I want to buy a wish. Ngavuga wish. And this person tells him, so he was ready to buy. So he calls this lady and say, you know what? I want to buy a wish. The lady says in Jitunda 19 million. And then so as we are inspecting, the lady calls the guy Namgamba, you know what? I've researched the market and I can give this car to you at 16. So I say, he tells me and I tell him, you know what? Let's go check it out. So we get to the car and it checks all the boxes at the price that it was 16. It was a UBC, webe number very clear. The wish was a UBC. It had a full tank of fuel. The AC was working. The tires were okay. It had challenges with suspension. Ngekubaganamu. Katuyite one. Yabadde ne challenges mu suspension. Shock emu yabadde nfu. Nga mounting ya engine nfu. But apart from that, everything else checked out. Now, there's one thing I don't like about wishes, and I told this gentleman. There are times when I can give an exception to a bad engine. Now, the engine checked out though. Everything checked out about this car, apart from the thing I'm going to tell you now. I don't like how the wishes get dirty inside there. Now, with the wishes, it does not matter how clean you are. That model, your model to the muscle. It does not matter how clean you are. Is a wishes. I'm going to start passing here, I think. You're going to see what I'm saying. So, a wish the dashboard gets dirty no matter how clean you are. The plastics in the car, ziguba, uchitegera, kati emoro katwajiguze ya mchara wa buvunanyizibwa, but you could see the car is dirty. I don't know inzoba muyiri ngobe mu kajikwese abadaji kwese emirimu mingi emibi ngajichafuaze moroka, but the car was really dirty. And I told this gentleman, he kept calling me because I think after we saw the car, we test drove it, then we told him, because it was two mechanics and me. So we test drove it, we agreed on what he had to work on, and then we came back. So because these people knew each other, the buyer and the seller, they were going to negotiate. So we told him, the lady is saying 16 million shillings. Because the bumpers were bad. The bumpers were not as good as they see me in the picture. That's why sometimes you guys, so but the bumpers were not okay. The bonnet is not good at all. So we told the gentleman, you will need to buy two bumpers if you want the car to be perfect, and the bonnet. But of course he doesn't have to. So those are the things that the mechanic told him: the bumpers, the bonnet, of course, no call a suspension system. Now, for me, the bumpers and the bonnet will not be a problem. It's a wish. It's old. You will drive it like that. Immediately, I think after buying the car, he just needed to work on the suspension system. That's the only thing he needed to work on. I'm after for like 2 weeks because it had a full tank of fuel. But the car was dirty inside. I think it's a thing with wishes. That's the one thing I don't like about wishes. Oh, okay. Katugobere mukama wa phone alabika wa NRM. Katugobere mukama wa phone tugenda alabika wa NRM. So that's the only thing I did not like about that wish. It was dirty. In the pictures it's clean, but trust me, I sat in that car, and for once I realized I can give an exception to a bad engine if the car is actually clean inside. Why? Because a Morocco interior, you cannot make an interior better at all. You can't. Interior can stay gube, which is why I normally recommend you guys to constantly drive SC if you have a car from the bond. Rena gubalo joku manyanti nti SC actually saves. Okitegera nsobola nze mvuga SC buli wamu tubeera mu SC. Kati batabani bange bamanyira no manyira when they sit in the car they say, "Daddy, can you put SC?" Kati bakimanyira. I don't even know I don't even think they know what AC means, but they know that AC is part of our routine when we are driving. You get it? So like I see someone driving a car UBR ngindabirwa muziri wansi ngali mukube eri ettaka ningamba this person emoroka egenda tuuka emusali okitegeera emoroka tuuka nekusala kati I'll be honest, for me wish ezo zonna ezenkadde I don't think I'd be comfortable sitting in a wish because they are never clean munda ziguba era kyovula omuntu bwagwa ku wish eyo old model ng'enyirira munda agula buguzi because you'll be very comfortable. But the car was overall the car was good. The engine was in perfect condition. Emoroka simanyi, I don't know what happened to the bonnet. Ne emoroka irabika ngibadde tetumiranga ninga ate bonnet nkole judde feeder agata ayatisi. You get, but overall it was a good buy. Nabalese ba negotiating, and for once I saw someone feeling like, oh my god, athankwa descends and katogenda mangu what? Like we inspected that car, it was car number 2. We inspected it, and after inspection babade bagenda mu office eyo munda ne muita ne mugamba mukama wange ndoza nzo ntadde nakaba tenkutadde tugenda sigadde mubuza kata tensigale wonkolechi. We have done our job, we have inspected, we have confirmed you're not going to get a car that is better than this at the price. Naga sigala awo ne muga sigale ukolechi ko ye sigala wonkulabeko. And then the good thing makanika we yabaddewo ne mugamba, you know what, the good thing is you have your mechanic here. He can wait for you. What you na tutani tugenda I think tugenda netukwasaganya ebirala. Kale, let me concentrate a bit. Leo tugenda ita wali makati wali mu mukwana wa twambuke William Street awo obe yesoka je bayita lumu mama kajja mukawa nako kanyiza, but that's the way we have to go. I make her smile, I make her walk, I make her wine, I make her wine. If you feel like getting down, come to me, girl. Feel like touching out, dancing, me, girl. I'll make you one, me make you one, me make you one, me. I'll make you smile, I'll make you feel. After that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. But before we play, I'm laying it way. Jump, 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 jump. Chris Fitness, good morning. Lucky Mose, good morning. Zach Bariesima, how much can I get a Toyota Wish 2014? Let's talk about those things tomorrow. Question Friday. Alright, bachibozi. But what talk bachibozi in the car? They don't talk bachibozi. Patrick Rio Poultry Farm Alkamtima Bagambi Atunda Fielder ye. After talk about the Harrier 2015 model, which engine is good. Uncha icho chibuzo chigozi maka chirete ncha. Travel Live Law Chris Da Vinci Hard Car Deco House Kagwa Dainis Paul Sema nakubuzi Zadda Ronald Muchwa Lucky Mose. The one thing that happens with engines, the importers are importing our no Kampala. They import things that move. They don't import things that don't move, either because of price or because of demand. Now, emoroka sisi lukumbi satu baya bei mu bond, so they don't bring it. They bring one because Lucky Mose, already the Vitz 2011 is about 33 million shillings. You get, so what? And that's a 1 liter. So imagine a 1.3 liter that a 1.3 liter that is of the same year. It will probably be 38 million. How many Ugandans will buy a Vitz at 37 million shillings? You get, so that's why they don't bring it. It's not like the NZ is out. It's there. NZ HREO. Because orabe jira ne mu field abiri 14 okitegera HREO. But yeah. Julius Ivan VIP, good morning. It's bench wanuka. Hey, tugenda ita bench wanuka. Edwin Mugerwa, good morning. I think people driving with windows down is due to lack of knowledge about cars, or because many of us didn't go through moving with cars windows closed. And by the way, nange chanto alirobudde to get used to it. It takes time for you to understand and to get used to the fact that to get used to the fact that you can drive with your windows up and nothing happens to you. Ate ekirala, most Ugandans batyo okulabika nga abeepanka, which is why they drive with windows down. Tayagala abantu abamulaba mukuba balowooza yeepanka, so azissa wansi abantu bamulabe nga ordinary citizen. Mulaba ababoda. This is the biggest problem of this city. This is the biggest problem. This is a one-way clearly. But even without permission, the border guys will come and drive in a one-way like that. Good morning, Owen Ogambotia. Guy wanted to see you and finish his money. Munanga like achiyabadeko era na enough because kati waliwo olwotukanga bobera just idler. So I left and by the time we speak, that was around 2 to 3 p.m. After I saw a Lexus with 1 NZ engine, I thought all along that 1 NZ is only 1.5. 1 NZ is still 1.5 liters. Hey, any 1 NZ is 1.5 liters. And there's also a possibility that that Lexus was modified in abakola alteration. Okitegeera. Yeah. Kati bani abaludde okuyita wansi eno nze mwennyini mbeera mu kibuga buli lunaku naye eno ndwayo okuyitayo. So I'm supposed to buy Google Pixel sometime. Ani atunda amasimu, you inbox me. Give me an offer. Give me an offer to beat the offer that I currently. Kagwa tunda amasimu. Give me an offer. I want a Pixel 7. Bwe naaba seekubye manyi okwekuba nnonze. Nzogamba njagala gigula olwaliro ne mala neekuba ne sigigula. But I want a Pixel 7. Atho twagaza okuvuga. Amina George Senkubuge. Mnaye wana want nakuzi no watambula. I think they are a little bit organized about watambula. Edda wabanga wano there is no movement at all. Erida ini egenda mu park eri ku right. Neye makati kati then abagenda abeyongera tutambira mwene ya wansi. Athagula lumu Pixel 9. Munyongereze kaka sente Pixel 9 nga ya bei. Munyongereza kaka sente. Are you adding me nkole fundraising kati? Who is willing to contribute to gule Pixel 9? Gwe Pixel 9. Oh. Ne 7 ye nyini. Already ngo ine simu ngesimu tebagibye temenye sete fudde. Ne 7 ye nyini. Amazima gali nti ya kwegira. Yakwevaamu bwevi. Ndoza mutegedde nti mbadde n'ensonga empisa eno. Siitiddeeyo bwereere. Abana b'empalo balabye baabo bava downtown ku shopping kati nabo balese wano nabo bakole value addition. Balese wano bakole value addition. I remember when we were shooting the cafe, we came this way okufuna yo establishing shots. Twayimira ku corner house waggulu. Omanyi in Uganda is the only country we have seen nga we bakwata nga you're recording randomly your own things. Police ekukwata. They take you in ne batwala n'ebintu byo. I've been to Europe, in all places you can just record apart from restricted areas, but anywhere else you can record. Nemunange, I have ever been detained for recording. I don't know how things work in this country. I don't know, and I think fenga abavubuka we need to try and take charge. Boboli muvubukanga jolinga you have you want to contribute to your country, you should go into politics and make your mark and make the changes that we need to make. Okitegeera mulaba nti wakyali congested nga bwe wabeeranga edda wana abantu nga tewatambula, but I think because it was a two-way road, now it's a one-way. So literally abataxi basobola okuddako oludda lumu n'abatambula ne baddako oludda olulala. Okitegeera. We meet at Nasa Road and you drop me to Entebbe. Byron weyagaliza baba. Leka ngene nkole emirimu gy'abakama bange eno. So tomorrow, guys, I want us to discuss the life expectancy issue, guys, and how it's affecting how you do your work. I think until you realize that you have like 30 years left, according to the life expectancy, because in 30 years some of you guys will be 80, in 30 years some of you guys will be 9. No, abasinga mujaba 80 kali. Like if you're 45, you'll be 80. In 30 years, in 35 years, Kari, you'll be 75. Like me, in 30 years, I'll be 60 something. You get it? Now the question is, what are you doing to make sure you live up to that age? To live the next 60, to live the next 30 years. Osigale ngoli mulamu abamu bagenda kufa week ejja bajja kufa next month. Nenga fina tuyine emyaka jejimu. Let's discuss that tomorrow. So munange tugula wishi omusajja nangamba athate kati olagawa nimuga nti mazokebera emoroka tugikonfirm nze gyoba ogula era mugenda ku negotiate nga omuntu omumanyi personally temuyinza kulemagana okitegeera nangamba sigala wo nimuga ate nkole kinkulabeko nimuga tujja kuogera. So I left and he bargained from 16 million to 14.9. And he paid, I think, 12 million shillings. Why am I He paid 12 million shillings and he paid 11, I think. So he's going to pay the 3.9 in a month. So, if you're going to be looking for a wish, don't come to me saying, Arthur, I want a wish of 14.9 in a UBC. A wish, balibe manyi murotare. Mbagagga nabagagga. Okitegera. Omugagga yaguze wish ku mugagga munenga mugagga munendo za agikoya yagala kugula motoka ndala. The sebo. So but it was a very healthy car. Obukola mbu abaddemu n'ababondi bakolamu obutonotono obwa wansi, but emoroka gyomanyi always esinga emoroka gyotomanyi 16 ate ndoza bwe twagenza okukebera naye n'afuna obuvumu n'asalira ddala. Yeah, so random car talk Thursday. Wish enkadde eyo, if you can avoid buying it, leave it alone. Esaawa eno abantu abagenda okugula wish, like I've always recommended, I recommend that you buy the new model wish, the Valvematic one. I think let's just advance. Nebo bogenda kugula no, if you have enough money, buy at least 2000, at least a 2007 model. A 2007 model iberamu 3ZR. I think ZR. But if all the way to buy the Valvematic, it will be a very good deal for you. If you have like 25 million shillings, turn on your type C. Turn on your budget type C, budget C light, sorry. Turn on your C light or buy a zigzaga, you buy a zigzaga. Kati nonya bili munana, kati ye premier kolachi, ye primerico. If you're looking to buy, of course, there is only 1 shillings. It's poor math. 33 million shillings, you can buy cars that give you almost the same fuel efficiency, give you more space, give you more power, give you more swag. So I'm still for hybrids, by the way. Zandibanga hybrids zine ebizibu byazo, but I'm all for hybrids. I'm definitely all for hybrids. Okumanye moroko kuli wano kuli high class or parking with it. So anyway, aliwa wewe mbade sinna soma. After buy Pixel 8 Pro and above, you will enjoy it more than the car. Tekisoboka Julius Ivan. Kati munsondereko nno nyongereko kasente. Kati aboba ngamba gula Pixel 8 Pro, mbambo za kaka sente, so that to be able to afford it, mbambula kaka sente, anya nyongerezako kasente. Someone should add for me some money. Arthur, do we have anyone selling bull baggers for Harrier Ondo? Guys, what tunda mugamba wacho teka bull back moto kogenda jono na bull bagireke. Guys, I'm still telling you guys, mukuru miti emonoka yo giraba bono gitekako guard ogenda kuono na kale oyinza obutayino na moroka yo, but olaba bobotya nti bobotya kutomera bobotya nti nja kulubula. The guard makes it worse. I'm telling you this, I've seen it. The guard makes everything worse. The guard makes everything worse. Buli damage ya guard osasula nnyo. ate jukirogera banange if you can avoid it jireke I like sigezaako kutegeerera but I'm being honest bw'oba osobola gadi jireke naddala ku kawundo bw'oba osobola jireke jireke you will thank me later era bw'onoogissaako you will remember later that Arthur yagamba tetuteeka gadi ku motoka eno ne tugissaako alaba ekiziga kama katonda some cars are ugly you tried atolooza owa ekiziga tayagala kutomera you want to find something beautiful about the ekiziga and it's not there nemu abantu tebamanyi mmoloka how is this person park gwe the ekiziga is ugly truly like you know how I've been saying the guy is ugly the ekiziga is uglier the exiga is kale man tuka bulungi jolaga over work properly you wait around 9 a.m. it's congested too much Rakuba Arthur, do you know that spares of new models are a bit high? Yes, totally understandable because it's a new car so naba subula spare yo wemoroka empya baba batono kuba wa bei mwera and then most traders waba subula spare basubula wa moroka is very common okitegeera triple M Julien Nampija Katwena M Benjamin long time obadde obuze nnyo double tap guys double tap thank you Billy Crown guys double tap the screen tutwale maaso embuzi if you can always but Arthur the chibina you bought with a certain man was it yes it was half light paddy it was half light and hata abantu amanye bya chibina mukimanyi ti half light chibina etunda ti era abantu gye baagala guy yeyagala ali eyo agana kumanya aye katacyabuuza kyega bagenda muwa n'obwa chairman mukulu bagenda kuwa obwa chairman si kyekyo but anyway UBS yafulumye the number plate UBS came out so that means we are advancing. Let's see how long because the UBS came out this month, so let's see how long that number plate is going to be before we get a UBT. Okay, UBT doesn't sound right. Even UBS doesn't sound right, but it's already out. We have nothing to do. We cannot make changes. But UBS is out. And I've seen people that go to the bond, they pay for their car and they say, Njagala UBS. And then there's someone I met some time ago, Nangamba, there are families that book numbers. Nebagamba, 800 if they get by a family affair, and if they are powerful enough, they can influence that in your engabuli 800 area to kanga baba buza soka kubirabo. Do you have a car you want to put a number plate on? Era bobe manya as a family or as families ngabo nuraba katugambe family ya Sudiru ya Chirumira ngabe manya ne bagamba Sudiru bavuga U800C ntuba Chirumira bavuga 900B ngabe moroka zabwe zo nabebera UBS bera UBS 900B UBR 900B UBQ 900B okitegera that's what money does obo ina amanyi banangeze kansabe Christmas yanga bukyali kumukutu kuno banange nampija abasabe Christmas mujimuwe ngobudde bukyali but ndabya nsabya abantu bansondere ngule mugambe 8 Pixel 8 Pro neteryanyiga Arthur, I recently bought a Pajero Mini UAV at 6 million, but I find it weird that changes gears in high revs, RPM, first to second, around. Is it normal? It changes well till fourth gear. Pajero Mini, yo. Okay, now there are cars. There are cars. There are cars that I would not invest my money in. Kenneth, There are cars I would not invest my money in. Nga emoro kakatora Pajero Mini eyo. Every person that I know that's driving a Pajero Mini is a mechanic. Every person. There is another person that drives a Pajero Mini. I featured it on the live broadcast some time ago. Nariku live broadcasting. I found him. He was selling it. And why? Sijitegira. There are cars I don't really understand. Obo Pajero buina masanyalaze manji. Okitegira atebe kata niko kwekola akola ebintu because ideally a car, if you're driving at normal speeds, a car should change gears at around 1,800 revs, you get. But if it goes beyond that, then there's definitely something wrong. I don't think it's normal, Kenneth. but you should get your mechanic to probably check the sieve akatimba ka gearbox bakozemu. So you service whenever your gearbox acts out, guys, gearbox yo lyokola ebitategerekeka, service it first before you conclude anything, yeah. Because when they service the gearbox, and if you can go to a gearbox expert to service that gearbox for you, not again against any mechanic, it will probably do you better. Which take it. My final question is, compare Pajero, old Pajero to old Prado. Definitely Prado will win. Triple M, the Prado will win. Na Pajero bojifunyenga erimu engine ya ordinary na yebere ekola bulungi. I always wait for you when you are parking. You enjoy it a lot and you like it. Hadi kidebko obanyirwa parking ange emoroka nange olumunira babwe waliwo wano omukyala yajja nga atha parking eganye ngezeza ko jigi kando zaagala muyigize nagana nyamugamba dime driving school. Kati ye mama aba ngenda musa through vigorous exercises waliwo ekimonoka kye babadde banjira ki progress nakibagambi wena denchi mugula ke milioni 3 naagana mbo ayagala 3 kitundu mugagenda sigala n'ekimotoka kyate kati nesaze nkigula 2 kitundu kati nsaze sente ngula 2 kitundu bwaba azaagala nga nzimuwa nga mama bani atomeza bana amalo okutomeza nga nkakasiza ayize nga tuyoka tufune moroke y'obuvunanyizibwa. Recently UAG RAV4 manual at 9 million, but I'm not regretting wabula. RAV4 ziraba abatabanyi RAV4 we batategeera RAV4 za bay, RAV4 za bay, RAV4 za bay. Ate kati moroka je ziraga, all the durable cars are going to even be priced higher. Good morning, Derek Lude. How are you today? Okay. Mwa guy, ane azonda ko Pixel 8 Pro. Sende ninaza Pixel 7. Ninaza Pixel 7. Nika akati wemu Pixel 8. Sente manda ba nyono nyenyo. Rakubate, when you think about the fact that we have 30 more years. Life expectancy afe yaba na Uganda 30 more years. Kati okusobola okuwangala beyond 70 years oyina okubanga okendeza stress. Atenga stress mu Uganda ono gituyita mu biseera mu it's not chechiriwo Francis Joseph Bali Kudembe. The stress gituyita mu wane Kampala, it might be a little bit hard for you to extend your life expectancy because stress yokayoke yongeza pressure, eta diabetes. Kati mwabali nya boda papa okuli nya boda. Someone wants to sell me super limited at 800. Gula Jimmy gula obanda gira jeri ngene mwechi na kadi weri anti wali okuguze mtwalo kinana nga teina kadi we bataina kadi obatoguze moto ko boina tema anteme gwe Jimmy Dex mundagide njigule njikole mu project nonya no project na muloza every time you be looking for a car guys bobatu nataleka kunonya motoka obolowoza moroka nyangu naye batandika okugamba kati ginonye. Perfecting parking is through practice, but people want to rely on reverse cameras instead of the side mirrors. Kasota you got parking with side mirrors and the driving mirror, but on Naiga. But of course, that's why like the reverse cameras were invented to make parking a little easier. Kataba take on the 360 cameras. Kara 360 cameras make parking easy. Kara ene mama ni bateka parking assist. Ochitegera kabali Moses Chechiri. Gwe Jimmy Dex. Akamoro ka kandagire nkagule yo kinana. Nebo kaba kakade ne katambula. Yes, Jimmy, you inbox me ngene kanone yo. Zoro kanona yo ndowooza kulwo mukaga. Ne katambula wali okugamba nti chichi nainga tekatambula. Nze ne mitwalo kinana gwe. Omanche kitegezo gule moroke mitwalo kinana. Ngeyaka. Ngane boda ye kinana kumpi ebe pipira. For you to buy a car at 800,000 you pay. Ne card ne we ya green gula. Because the green card will take about 600,000 to validate and transfer to your names. Gula Jimmy Dex. Kubeye moroka joguze mitwalo kinana bwonogikola erimu milioni zonga 4-5. Kati gwe balanti ojiguze mitwalo kinana itako inakuba mu card ya green otekeke enkaga ye milioni 4 emitwalo 4 bumalo tekake enkaga gitwale bagikole bagifuwe bizungu mitwalo nkaga 7 oyingide milioni 2. Bumalo jifuwa gitwale bagikole interior upholstery babidde byonna gitekeme emitwalo jonga katuga emitwalo jonga kinana interior gimaze ogikoze exterior ogikwata omwana we bayingini enywanywamuko ogikwata ogiteremu emitwalo nkaga oba 7 bagikole yingini iterereti okitegeera ilike gizo nazo nozikole bobo sobode ne esomo tekeko gwe Emotoka ejja kugwera mu milioni, tubaze milioni ndo zanga 4 ngieteredde nga mpya sibaze emipiira ogule emipiira gya mitwalo nga nkaaga bubo yagado ogiteeka ku sport rims za mitwalo nga nkaaga gwokweyagala okuba kugenda okubeerawo okumanyi Arthur, my AC is no longer very cold. Get someone to check it out. Inzo ba gas yakendedde oba nga yafunye leakage okitegeera. Says I drive a car that has reverse cameras and sensors, but when I rely on them I leave a lot of space at the back, and because the camera can be very, but as long as the line in front is okay and you still, as long as you're still in your car cubicle like this, I think you're still safe. We Jimmy Dex akamoro ka campaigns jenze nkanone yo nkakole ebizungu kampe mitwalo kinana mfunda yakala ko bonobo kaguze Jimmy Dex nze mfunda yakala nzije nkagule mitwalo jange kino nja kuwaye 10 nja kuwa kibuloka kya 10 nze ne bakabakajira kugundi kukakari yangatekatambula kasaka banga sika kigo because there are things that you cannot repair. Emoroka ye kigoteddawo nenze ne bweba ya kigo kati bweba ya kigo mu 5 twala 5 nze nzijenji none kasteba nga kadi weri bagiteke ku career actually bwebanga nga yakora bukozi nsindikana makanika nze sijjirako ne bateke mu rukange ku career nakoze da garage iwangi wakawe ngendo kolere bodoka project kayangi tugenda batulina camera side zeno ne side zeno tukole ebintu nga checho garage nakikoze da ya kizungu nnyo ejjuddemu amataleti we tugenda koera project kayafe. So Jimmy Dex, I'm waiting for your inbox now. Nenga we wambe Jimmy Dex lwaki weewamba after saying it's in Masaka you went away teweewamba mulaba kye nabagambye ate you have told me to buy now I should direct anti nfunira yakalala you buy it akunka kwagaliza leka nange nfunira yakalala yona je wakajje omuzeeyo yo gwokaguzeko muga Arthur nze njagala kufuna G-touring I will let you know. I mean Omni ne G-touring ndo nazoka technology sera I think because it's like the option of a Pro Box. If you cannot afford the Pro Box, then you buy the G-touring. Jimmy Dex mfunda ya kangi kali akakako nkavuddeko kati you get me mine atawo motoka tekanywa kalinga vitiz tekanywera ko ddala if you can get that kaka guys you get it. And one of the reasons why you guys should not be buying cheap cars is because cheap cars they require a lot of time. It's not even about the money you put in the car, because you can have the money, but those cars require time for you to fix them. Njemoroka yo jajji kwara bagikole ebintu biddemu bifengo inokuwayo obudde obulala babitereze olumu you have to sit there and see if what they are fixing is what they have to fix. That's why emoroka yo nayo najengendo gula project car nazimbye garage wangi judda amatale tugenda to recording anga video nga zili very clear. Why I did that is I want to fix it myself. Okitegeera, I want to fix it myself. Ebintu ebimu bibanji byesimanyi ngenda kubinoonyereza akombe kole ne kuba kola yingi njajje ekolera ne kuba kola mpozi giye je nyinzo okuwayo giye yenze sinagitegeere ino obuntu ntwe yo munda. Paso set at 24 new BQ, is it worth it? Just buy because UBQ is still not old. Okitegeera at 25 abantu oguguba na mukisa abantu at 24 bagule motoka nga ziri ku UBJ. Okitegeera like there is a time you were looking for a Paso set ne tubula no tubula nga tulina million 23. Okitegeera so at 24 UBQ gula erejja kwa guys. Double tap, you guys are 62, we have only 40 likes. Double tap the screen, atenga bwimba sibula Subaru Legacy non-turbo buy. But now you guys, Subarus have no problem, by the way. Subarus have no problem. Brun service yuji wewale gula ka super chat kabiri. Yeah. Wewale. Wakupaka gundi YouTube tuteko nusu 10. Mwana ninda loli yogera ku Subaru efanana XT na ye yote ina kigambo XT. Anti ebira Forester. Ngabi the FX trader kasto tuse chekisingo mweba guy. Subarus zina challenges zazo. But Subarus are one of the reliable ones. You know how they say abachara bali webati nebo usango mchara alibu ati gula wasa. But Subaru is one of those cars. Like I said, you buy a Toyota, you buy a Lexus, you buy a Subaru, then you buy other cars. Ontegere, so Subaru newebera nkadde buli mu mugongo gwambwa gula. As long as the engine is healthy, or as long as you can work on the engine efuka healthy, buy. Now, one of the weaknesses that the Subarus have it hasn't done mobile money, no. I'm here to discipline those who don't like. Webale. Arthur, I feel like I need to drive Subaru XV. I think it's overrated. Nenga mubagai Subaru nebo gisangawa. Subaru is one of the reliable ones. Abana basinga okutta Subaru bazita because bazirinya nnyo. Okitegeera, the engine is delicate. Telling us is a Toyota. Nenga it's a very good one. Ate eina tension ya SC kutulo olukoba. Nensonga ate olukoba bulukutuka ojagenda okwesanga ngiyononye ebintu bingi. You can use Momo or Airtel Virtual Mastercard. Thank you, Billy Crown. You guys, mobile money has a virtual card. Airtel money also has a virtual card, so you can use the virtual card. So I find that the XV is overrated. Nzenga Arthur, in the beginning, I think before there were so many on the road, when you would go to the bond, and the Subaru XV looked different, even to me. But now there are so many on the road, the XV doesn't actually look like Mwalimu Gamambwe. It's a crossover. It looks like the Impreza. There's nothing special about it. It looks as normal as an Impreza. So for me, I find that it's not impressive at all, and I don't think it's worth the money that is being sold. You'd rather just go and buy yourself an Impreza at 30, and if you want it to look like an XV, buy the additions and lift it a little bit. I know it probably has space that you would consider more than the Impreza, but I don't think it gives you anything better. It's only the people that are driving the XV that will tell you. Rakubanti bisene bisinga esimu tegenda kumbuguma ko nera bido kuzaako fan. Eba data nso kubuguma. Were they? Then there is an app called Eversend. There is an app called Eversend, and with Eversend you can put money on the Eversend app using mobile money, and afterwards create a virtual Visa card. The downside with Eversend is that Eversend is a purple app. It has some building up signature. So with the downside with Eversend is that for them to verify your account over your app, your app holding, is that you need to verify, send them a national ID, send them a video image, like you put your phone in front of you and then you move so that they see the entire head, yeah. But if you can do that, then definitely that's very easy. Then you put money on your wallet, yeah, Eversend. Then you put money on the card. I was recently paying for CIM and all my Visa cards in Uganda. I have Equity, I have Absa, Zona Ghana, and so I had to put money on the Eversend. Then Eversend, and it went through. I was also paying for Canva. And I could not, all my Visa cards is Uganda. I think Uganda has a sort of like limitation now. So I still had to use Eversend. Yeah. I think, Arthur, you need to have a session about this virtual pay. Yes, I'm going to do that. Kasangenda funa Google Pixel. So I'll be showing you still. You talked about the card last time, but I wish you knew the impact on our subscriptions. Yes, demonstrate that Eversend. I'm going to demonstrate it by loan. I'm going to demonstrate it. Even Cheaper Cash. I've never used Cheaper Cash, but I've used Eversend at least. Eversend, no. So Eversend backward in the Chenaraba, they work through Forex, eh? But you can buy the card at once. Saying Chinga. Me, I pay $3 for a virtual card once. Let's sit down. If you don't select to buy the Visa card at once, you're going to keep paying, eh? Over and over $1 every month. But you can buy the card for once at $3. That's what even in me in the beginning, I had even deleted the app, and then someone else was using Eversend and they told me, you know what, I hadn't seen the option where you can buy the card for $3. Me, I find that it's okay. The thing that Eversend does, if you don't have money, subscription you like month boy 2 can sending as they charge you. Then they charge you a fine, eh? Which I find to be totally normal. So that talk what a card yawe no jukoisanga cha kuzanyisa. But I find that the biggest advantage with Eversend is that then your bank accounts are not attached to the card. So chitegeza, your money in the bank is safe. So you just transfer the money to Eversend and then pay whatever you need to pay using that. Good morning, Mr. Lucius. How are you? Bana kamba sibuli. Encharu akutano, nze chibuze echange is knowing that the life expectancy, actually in Uganda is 70, but knowing that you have lived half of your life, how does it impact your thinking and your your outlook on things. Otegera, because you bana Uganda basinga tebetuka myaka nkaga. Abatukaja basinga tebetuka myaka nkaga. So ne myaka asatu kumwa abamu is an overstretch. Abamu mwe you have lived 3/4 of your life already. Otegera. Today I'm going to try Eversen because I don't like associate. Aha, good. I'm going to do that video. 59 online, 50 likes. Yes, Mr. Lucius. So guys, mbadde ngenda kugamba ki? Nina kye mbadde ngenda kugamba ate nensoma comment yawo. Mbadde ngenda kugamba tomorrow my question to you is, knowing that you have lived half of your life already, how does that impact how you see things and how you see life? Because some of you guys are in majority of my audience here is between 25 to 35 years. So some of you guys, one people die at how old? Some of you guys in your homes, in your families, you die at around 50. And I'm telling you, these things are scientific things. Me, I know, like emochike wafe, abantu abasinga bafa dogo na sirimu. Kati dogo esirimu omwe wala, if you use protection or if you stick to one partner or you just be sharp. Edogo bali ewala butagenda mu kyalo. Maze emyaka nga gijo sigenda ene bwe bafiirwa sigenda yonzi. Kuba senga wange yennyini yangambe ino todda. So those two things are ruled out. But I also know that in our family, twinayo blood pressure, which I had hypertension in 2019. Now I maintain it by exercising a lot and eating healthy. Then Chimanyi waliyo diabetes still, that is also done by exercising and eating healthy. Those are the things that I know in my family ebiriyo. Abantu bonna tewali muntu yagira naba accident je bali naye accident njibalanga eri avoidable by living safe and all that. But now in Uganda you can just take borders. Don't take borders to be a little safer. If you don't take borders, 59% is cut down, because more than 50% of accidents in Uganda, over more than 50% or accident deaths in Uganda are caused by borders. So if you can avoid borders, your chances of death by 50%. So 50% down. So if 50% down, katife wafe, nojjako sirimu, nojjako dogo, kati ndabi kanzijewa another 20%. So that's 70%. So the 30% is fighting. I don't fight. I try to not fight. And of course, there's a time I went to the gym to try. Are you people local breeds? Why? So there is a time I wanted to go and learn kickboxing in the gym, and the guy that was supposed to teach me kickboxing told me, gwe muyai, nkuyigiriza ebintu bino sikulwana, nkuyigiriza okuba omuntu agodduke kati njiga byaki. Me, if I were to learn kickboxing or karate, I would want to beat people like Jackie Chan. Beat 100 people. Nsigala ntagarant naye ngamba kubye 10 ta mbakuba nengwa ne balowooza mpeddemu nenyimuka nti like a champion ne mbakuba 10 chikupa pa ngawe ngba ho. But if you teach me kickboxing only for me to run away, then why am I learning kickboxing? Which take it a bumper simanyi deep in coffee. Let me ask for you. Which my father is 72 and his parents are still on. I totally don't believe in it. And then Bylon, your family, you guys live long. Now you need to rule out, because Chitegeze, one of you guys are very healthy. Now Chitegeze, you need to emulate their lives. You need to ask them what have they done to be able. Me, I ask I normally ask them, what have you done that has helped you to live long enough, and what, so that I emulate. Some of the people have told me abachala begendereze. That's the men tell me that's the biggest thing that they tell me. Even women tell me bachala, like abakazi basura nyo, abakazi bakutisa, so abakazi bagende empola. Now if that's a big thing, Chitegeza, you need to be very careful. Now we also know borders. Chitegeza, after local breeds don't die, mango, and if you don't eat those things, KFC will live longer. And I come from this family of alcohol, and my grand still takes major, bigger and bear. Katina tu abailo ne wamwe muwangala. Yeah, if your dad is 72, Chitegeza, the chances of you actually living like 70 to 80 are high. But there are people here where my parents died of HIV. My dad died of HIV. My mom died of HIV. I was 2 years old. So Ababant, we don't know how long they would have lived. My grandfather azara mama wange yafuna stroke. He was an office man yali akora mu KCCA. At that time it was KCC. And he was one of those rich men. So I'm assuming he died because of inactivity. Inactivity, kutula nnyo and all that. So I try as much as possible to work. Ati olaba tugenda va wano mutabani wange. Tudduka amadala nga twambuka. Olumu musitu nenzirukanga musitu day. I do a lot of squats. Even yesterday night I did squats. I lift a lot of weights. I used to run because I want to live really long. And then I realized that in Uganda we are not safe. Ababi ate basoro kusanga ngodduka okuwangala ne bakujjawo. Kati n'ekyo nakyo, and I stopped running, and I can't run during the day because it's too hot. Maybe in the evening, but still even then in Wafemwe State it's too deserted. So I just thought about it and I thought it would be safer. And treadmills are not for me. I get bored very quickly. Nzenga Arthur, I get bored very quickly. Things bore me a lot. So I decided I would do cardio exercise I can do in my house or at the gym. That's why I resumed going to the gym, because I lift at least 3 times in my home. And then I try to live as healthy. Okay, the only thing that is disturbing me right now is the energy drink. Sometimes I really need it, which take it. But those are the things that are disturbing me. But other than that, then I try to eat very healthy anywhere else. But let's talk about life expectancy and its impact on your life now that you know you have about 30 more years to live. Which take it according to the data that is available. Most of you guys myaka asatu abamu kuma mujja kuba 65, abamu mujja kuba 70. Okitegeera okwepicha osobola okwepicha naye nga oli careful. We have to think about these things scientifically. Factors like Mabina beauty should be secondary. We meet tomorrow. Kale guys, kamba sibule banayi mwe bali kubeerako. Baba Muyombya, Mark Jones in from Galasi, Joshua Mix Farm, Engineer Joshua plus 256, Huawei Nelson, to see me Eddie Bruno in Singoma, Dr. Kasule Matia, Sebogwao Medi, King Daniel, Seguya Ibrahim, Morad K. Momo, George Bob, Natuha Bailon, Billy Crown, Omni Wandiambi, Michael UG, Baramoriebuzi, Chambade Huntington, Alcam Timo, Tumuhimbisa Ivan Jr., Seth Kagaba, Nicholas Eulime Katumba, Midu, Abdul, Paul Sema, Kagwa Dennis, Hadka Deco House, Krista Vinci, Travel Live Vlog, Chigozi Mark, Zach Bariesima, Alcam Timo, Patrick Rio Poultry Farm, Lucky Mose, Chris Fitness Dubura, Ronald Muchwa, Oza Mosanto, Julius Ivan VIP, Edwin Mogerwa, Owen, Musime Kim Job, Patrick Rio Poultry Farm, George Senkubuge, Ronald Muchwa, Natuha Bailon, Edwin Mugerwa, Miti Tega Safari, Chisembo Jose, Sereko Starch, Nampija Juliet, Triple M, Katwena M. Benjamin, Lukwago Kenneth, Triple M, Derek Lule, Joseph Valikudembe, Lubega Francis, Luyinda Jimmy Dix, Luyinda, Bomaruguraka Kaboroke Mtwaro Chinana, Mfunida ya Kalala, Nonya Project Kana Mama. Kati shida ikanyina gende yombyale yombale wa jebuli obu bumotoka kati ngago bukalabye Masaka Kabali Moses, Saleh Amin, Boon Services UG webale kugula super chat, Rogers Sewan Nonda, Ngabi the FX trader, Jose M, Chigozi Mark, Muroza Sibamazeyo no. Senchinga N. Nicodemus, Gilbert Amanya, Deep in Coffee, Dennis 12, Enos Wambi. Abari Mukamori, I don't take you for granted. Mwebare kulaikinga broadcast, mwebare kuberao, mwebare gamba bantu about this channel. Travel Live Vlog, Mukisa Pasco, Atuijuka Deacons. Kari guys, I wish a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning. Question Friday, topic ya fete mjeda bida. Knowing what you know now about your life expectancy, how is it affecting your decisions? How is it affecting your choices? How you're living and all that? Mukama abawo Mukisa. Ciao. Ragna.